Hey there, beginning farmer friends. It was the night before farmer's market. Really not that exciting, but it is the night before farmer's market, and I thought it would be fun to kind of show you what our farmer's market process looks like. So this is when it starts. It starts Friday night, late after 9 o'clock, because 9 o'clock is when our barn to door store closes. So our orders have come in. We have orders to put together. I also have an order for a chef to put together, a couple bags that I want to put together for some friends of ours that are going to be at the market. And then I'm going to kind of just get everything ready to go, because 5 a.m. is going to come quick, like 8 hours from now. Quick? Yeah, it's coming quick. I have already loaded stuff in the truck. I have to use a different truck because I'm still having problems with my truck. So all of that stuff's loaded. In the morning, I'll get up and load everything. Well, I'll just bring you along for it. I don't have to tell you it now. I'll show you it as it happens. So now I'm going to pack some pre-orders. All my orders are packed now. I've got them in the freezers, in bags. This order right here, this shelf, and these down here, that's for the cheese bar, the restaurant that we work with. In these other freezers, I've got orders with customers' names on them, so they're ready to go. When the morning comes around, well, I'll just show you what happens in the morning. But now I'm gonna go next door. I'm gonna print out an invoice for my restaurant order. I'm gonna do a couple more things, and then it's go to bed, because 5 o'clock's coming quick. It is already 9:49, so it's on its way, and I'm on my way. I'll see you in the morning. It is morning now. I have been up since 5 a.m. talking a little quieter because the house is just over there and I don't want to wake anybody up. They're going to go for a run this morning, but if I walk outside here, it's dark. I'm gonna load the truck. I'm gonna take things out of the freezer. So to load the truck, I've put my tent weights in already. I'm just gonna throw the tent in, and then I just set coolers in the back of the truck and I bring out stuff one at a time. That way I'm not having to lift the coolers in when they're fully loaded. It's just pretty easy. You know, 10 feet from the freezer room here to the truck there, and then it's hit the road time. The first thing that I load every time is the pre-orders, so they're going in the cooler. That way I make sure I have enough room to get everything to market. So I'm gonna load all the pre-orders, then I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna load the non-pre-order stuff, the stuff we're gonna sell. Alright, now that I've got all the pre-orders loaded, I come over here, and this is something I started doing this year, or actually last year I guess. I'm using these kind of reusable bags, and I load up all my meat in them. It makes it a little more difficult sometimes to find stuff in the cooler. What I should really do is put little tags on the handles, so that, and then just use the same bag every week for the different cuts. But it works out well, and I think keeping the moisture and the condensation off as I open and close the cooler. So this is what I load the meat that I'm going to sell in, and then I take it out and put it in the cooler just the same as the other stuff. I kind of just go through. I've been rationing meat as best I can. I have pigs going into the processor this week, but they won't be ready for next week's market, so I've been rationing out as much as I can, so I have some to sell every week at the market. I don't know if that's the best idea or if I should be just selling it all as quick as I can, but I feel like having some to sell every week is more important than just getting rid of it all at once, or maybe a better way. That way I always have something for the customers as they show up. I know some people would rather just be able to buy a ton, but this way it seems to be working out for this year at least.
Going down this road feeling bad. Well, I'm going down this road feeling bad.
At this point it is 5:47 as I squeeze around the cooler, and I just am double checking to make sure that I've got everything out of the freezers that I need. Make sure I didn't forget any pre-orders or any cuts that are saleable cuts, things like that. I did remember that I had a bunch of chickens that I said I was going to take to the chef, so I just repacked or threw those in a cooler as well. I'm going to have to weigh those when I get to the farmer's market. It's 5:47 right now. Oh look, it's dark out. So there it is. Coolers loaded, tent weights loaded, back of the truck loaded. I'm gonna stop and get some eggs in our refrigerator, and then we're ready to go. It is now currently 9:54. I've got about an hour drive ahead of me, and then it'll leave me about an hour to set up. I'm feeling pretty good about that time-wise. I would feel better if I had remembered those chickens when I packed everything up last night. Then I would have those weighed, and it's no big deal. Our market is pretty laid back, and so things should go pretty quickly, but I've got a little driving ahead of me.
I'm going down this road, feeling bad, oh Lord, and I ain't gonna be treated this way.
It is now 6:57. I am pulling into our farmers market. Now, this is not our normal farmers market. We are not doing the downtown Des Moines farmers market this year. They weren't ever able to open in a full capacity. They're doing a drive-through market, and we just kind of decided to go with what we started the year with. And so we have just like 5-6 vendors at this market, but that's all to say this: it's time to set up. So I have to unload everything, then I go park my truck, and then I'll set the rest up. We'll do a time lapse because this takes a little bit. That took about 15 minutes. Now I've got the bones of my booth set up, and I'll be completely honest, it is literally a bare bones booth at this market because we just don't have to do a ton to sell here. We're not in amongst 50 other vendors or 150 other vendors. We're in amongst 6 other vendors, and we're the only ones selling meat. So we go pretty bare bones. We've got some onions for sale, some soap for sale. I'm gonna get my meat board ready right now. So I've got a little bit of stuff to do to get ready still, to get all my cuts on the board here. But then we'll put that up and we'll be basically set up for the market.
Well, I've been in the pen so long. Well, I've been in.
So here's our little market, pre-market starting. We're about 20 minutes from the market starting. It's pretty low-key. We love that about this market. This market is brought to you by COVID, honestly. If it wasn't for COVID, we wouldn't be here, but it's working out so far, and we are thankful for everybody that comes down and joins us at the market. Here's my booth right here. I've got everything set up. Like I said, low-key. Soap, eggs, onions, and the big stuff, meat. Here's where our market is. It's really in a great location. Over there is one of the main arteries through Des Moines. Over there is a set of shops. Actually, it's where the cheese shop is that I come to every Tuesday or every other Tuesday for my meat CSA. Also in that set of shops right there, along with the cheese shop, which opens at 10, is a bakery, Lamy Bakery, which is perfect because a lot of people come down to Lamy to get some baked goods for their mornings, especially on Saturdays. So they can go to Lamy, get baked goods, they can go to the cheese shop, get cheese, they can get vegetables, they can get meat, they can get flowers, they can get freshly roasted coffee, they can get kombucha, they can get tarts, and they can get tea and spices and all sorts of things like that. So it's just worked out really well for us to have this location so close and easy to get to. People can line up and there's plenty of space to get around. As you can see, we've got masks as well, which is, you know, just one of the things for this year. So I'm gonna start the market here. I mean, it's 7:56. We can really start whenever we want. So we're gonna get the market started. I'll just kind of let you guys watch as the day goes on.
Been so long. Well, I've been in the pen so long, oh Lord, and I ain't gonna be treated this way.
We've got about 45 minutes left of our market, and actually it's really starting to get busy now. It's been pretty slow this morning. Cool morning. You know, fall markets are a little bit slower going, or getting started going, but we still got some pre-order people to come. We've picked up some sales here in the last little bit. This is kind of a laid-back market, and so we have a lot of time to chat. The sales actually are better than our downtown market sales, even though it doesn't have the, you know, 25,000 people or something like that, because the people that are coming to shop and they can find us, and so that's been really good for us. So I'm gonna go hang out at the booth a little bit, chit chat, hit some customers hopefully, and in about 45 minutes we'll start packing up. Actually, I'll probably pack up earlier. That's the nice thing about a laid-back market. Hi there.
Hey, what you got for $10?
You can get bacon, you can get packed pork chops.
Pack pork chops.
I think it's a good one here.
Okay, can't go wrong.
9:38. Well,
Yeah, okay.
all right, sounds good. Thank you. So our market closes at 11 o'clock. It's 11:03. I start packing up a little bit early. That's one of the nice things about a market with no rules. No rules at this market. I'm kidding, we have rules. And just like that, we're done. I am out of here. It is 11:11 and we are done. The market starts at 8, it goes to 11, and we take off pretty quickly. I will say that our typical market runs from 7 a.m. until till noon this time of year, and so this obviously is quite a bit shorter, quite a few less people numbers wise, but customers wise actually about equal for us. So today was a so-so market, I'll say. Not a ton of sales, but there just wasn't a lot of people really until about 10:15, to be completely honest. And I think it was just the nature of the weather. You know, it was a lot cooler this morning, kind of one of those first cool days, and so I think it'll pick up again. Also, we were running low on some of our more popular cuts, so as we restock in those over the next week or two, I'm sure our pre-order sales will pick up as well. So that's basic market morning. Now I've got to drive home, again, about an hour drive home, and then unpack, and we'll call it a day. I'll bring you along for the ride though.
Oh well, feed me on cornbread and beans. Oh well, feed me.
Back on the farm, it is 12:20, so now I'm back. I've got to unload everything.
Cornbread and beans. Well, feed me.
All right, that's it. We're done for the day. Farmers market is done for this day. Started out at 5 a.m. when I got up. Got done at about 12:35. That's a pretty full day. Now, if this was our normal farmers market season and we were going to the downtown Des Moines farmers market, it starts at 7 a.m. and goes till noon. So that would mean getting up at 4 and getting unloaded usually around 2 o'clock. So it's a little bit more laborious, laborious. It's a bigger process, I guess I should say. This market is completely different. As you saw, our stand is not huge, it's not impressive, there's not a lot to it. If we were at the downtown Des Moines farmers market, our stand would have a lot more to it. We had a lot of ideas on improving our stand this year. We just didn't do it because, to be completely honest, we didn't need to do it this year with the way that the market has gone for us and the size of our market and all of that good stuff. I hope this kind of showed you a little bit about what the process is for our farmers market. We do this once a week from the beginning of May until the end of October. We're still trying to work out how we're going to do a winter market, because typically we do a winter market, so we're trying to work out how we do that. But all in all, it's been a good year and a crazy year. I've got some thoughts on market in 2020. I'll share those in another video. I just wanted to show the process today. I hope you guys are all having a good day. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, a like, subscribe, all of that good stuff. We're having a lot of fun making videos, and we hope you guys are enjoying them as well. There's chickens in our yard. Why are there chickens in our yard?